Show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Indiana Pacers. Last outing for the Pacers, unsuccessful, coming away with a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. The goal tonight is clear, figuring out a way to solidify some momentum. Coming into this game, they've struggled, just 2-8 over their last 10. And tonight, we'll get a look at former #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. Great size and athleticism. Kenny, in your mind, will he ever be a superstar?
Oh, well, it's a chance. We know he could score. His defensive intensity hasn't always been up there. And I think if he improves his ball handling skills, that will take him over the top.
No, he's got to do more than one thing to be a superstar in this league. I think he has the tools to be great, but does he have the will?
Ooh, very interesting question. Very deep, Shaq.
Very deep.
Yeah. Anyway, now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Nothing goes together like the Pacers and Indiana as we get ready for an interconference contest here in Indianapolis. Welcome, everybody. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us here at 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Take a look at the Timberwolves. They are right in the mix with the rest of the playoff pack, but they can't put it in cruise control just yet.
And it's the last time they'll see these guys. A 2-game season series, and after losing that first one, I'd expect them to play with a little extra added motivation.
Greg, going winless against any team is not your desire. I mean, no matter how many or how few times you face them, that's not something you want on your ledger. That'll be motivation enough for them today, all by itself.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. The KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. We know about the rookie wall, but Clark, for some, things really don't click until later in the season.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kevin. And again, a lot of factors go into that. How much are you playing? What kind of work are you doing? What's your role on the team? What's your opportunity within your team? All of those things can impact how you fare during the course of the season. And sometimes it's a matter of matchups for individual players, but all part of the fabric of the unpredictable nature of being a pro player.
Here we go.
Tip-off goes to Minnesota. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, the 2 #1 picks, Wiggins and Towns, are the forward positions. Bradley Beal is out there with Lowry, and it's Valanciunas in at the center position. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. And Turner kicks to Oladipo. Here's the teardrop, and the rejection by Valanciunas. To the middle, and it's Towns missing. Oladipo goes in. Minnesota with the rebound. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. It's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
Now here's Collison. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Back to Collison. Oladipo outside. Shot clock at 5. Lets it fly. Gets an open look and hits.
Well, I tell you what, when he's operating in the pick and roll, Oladipo really hard to defend. He's outstanding at putting pressure on the defense.
Now here is Lowry. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Pass to Turner. Back to Collison. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And, you know, even though he's smaller and slight of build, Collison doesn't fear going inside. He's really solid at scoring from there.
Now, here's Lowry. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his second basket of the game.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Here's Bogdanovich. 9 points last game out. That one wide left.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Now here's Turner, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Shot from the wing, and it's Wiggins missing. Pacers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Collison against Lowry. Shoots it. Collison, no good.
That's what they want. A good look from the mid-range game. Hey, but unfortunately, they came up empty.
Wiggins finds Valanciunas, and the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul. On the wing, Wiggins to the paint. Here's Lowry, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
First one drops. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
Yeah, he is a bulldog. I mean, he scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position, and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
He hits one and misses one each at the line. And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up too. Yeah, fun group.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Marjanovic checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Rose in for Bradley Beal. Allison deciding where to go with it. Down low. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, 4th.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Oladipo outside. Shot clock at 5. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Collison for 3.
Yeah, he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
Oladipo with the block. Indiana getting another chance here.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. He can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. You got to help him some other ways.
And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas. Sabonis kicks to Turner. Pass to Collison. Will it go? Indiana again missing.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
And Towns gets it to go.
Yeah, and they have dialed it up a notch here, really battling to extend this run.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Indiana. Doug McDermott comes in for Oladipo. Collison, good.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
Now here's Rose. D right on him. Marjanovic passes to Lowry. Over to the left wing. Rose against Sabonis. Oh, that's blocked. They recover it. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Pacers trail by 4. And here's McDermott. He had 15 points last outing. Turner dishes to Collison. To the left side wing. Now here's McDermott. Now recovering. Yes, that goes in. McDermott's got his first points of the game. And Minnesota has possession. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Passes to Wiggins. Over Prince. And count it from 19 feet away. Wiggins has got his first points of the night.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Lowry against Collison. Upside Prince. Gets stolen by Lowry. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if we're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got three-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
Sabonis kicks to Prince. Baseline try. No good on that one. Timberwolves go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the board.
Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Lowry finds Rose. Here's Here's Towns. The Timberwolves again can't hit. For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Inside, McDermott. And he uses the glass on the layup. McDermott's got his second bucket tonight.
McDermott does a solid job scoring close to the basket at 6'8". His size allows him to capitalize from there.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. TJ Leaf comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for McDermott. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. And with Prince, his versatility between forward spots also is an asset to the team.
And when I call Prince a complimentary player, I didn't mean it as a slight. It just plays with an approach and style that fits well with any team and any leading scorer. Players like him tend to have a long, productive career in our league.
Just 5 to shoot. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Cans the shot from the wing.
Boy, I tell you, the improvement of Oladipo's jump shot, love the way it's looking right now.
Jones kicks to Marjanovic. The pass to Beal. And it's off from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now, here's Oladipo. 14 points from him the last game against Dallas.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
Al Beal after Taurean Prince's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Marjanovic. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Marjanovic has got 6 points.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can
do. Prince against Beal. Fires from 14. The shot that time, not on target. Timberwolves leading by 6. Rose surveying the D. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. In a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Wiggins.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And that one misses.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 2008, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
He hits the second from the line.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Beal with it. Started now by Prince. Here's Marjanovic. Defense right on him. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Trailing by 5. Oladipo with the bounce pass. And Joseph kicks to Leaf. Beal with the steal. Joseph against Jones. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Prince. Joseph against Jones. Now here's Joseph. Defense right on him. The shot from the low post is good. And now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Mavericks.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, he knew he had him beat, Greg. I mean, that was clear. Took advantage of the space he had and then calmly and quietly drained it from the mid-range. That's good basketball.
The Timberwolves made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
Here's Oladipo, and it's all evened up. Oladipo's got 8 points.
And Oladipo's handle is tight now. I mean, so good at freezing the defense and then blowing right by whoever's on him. Got a nice little hesitation move in his ball handling package.
Victor Oladipo getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break.
You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and...
The former #1 pick overall in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns, spoke about the aspirations of this team.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we be the team that we need to be to not only make the playoffs, but to make it deep into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance of being a championship team. We have so much talent. We have great veterans. We have a great front office, a great coaching staff. So with all that on our side, we feel we have a great chance to find that way to success.
One step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Trent's out there with Sabonis. Then there's Oladipo. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Joseph in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018. He knows the next step, becoming a better leader. He said, sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality. And as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Oladipo, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Rose. And for Victor Oladipo, for so many teams, he was the second option on offense, but now, Clark, he's shown he is a full-fledged #1 option.
And you know the thing about that, Kevin, that's really heartening is his teammates love him being in that spot. And that speaks to Oladipo's unselfishness and character. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon both had great things to say about Oladipo's success leading the team. And again, just a credit to who he is as a young man.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
And he makes both free throws. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was a second overall pick.
Basket counts. Oladipo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Dishes it to Prince. Sabonis, the pass to O'Quinn. And Joseph kicks to Prince. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And he dunks it down.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Jones against Joseph. Feeds it to Wiggins. Over O'Quinn. Out that one. The Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Wiggins.
Hey, it's a simple game. Just take what the defense allows. Wiggins reads it, smooth with the mid-range stroke. Knock it down.
To the inside. Sabonis inside. 4 on the shot clock. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. Wiggins has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Nicely executed play there. The pass on target and Wiggins with the explosive finish.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat. Joseph finds O'Quinn. Pass to Prince. Pulls it from the elbow. Count it. Good. Prince has got 6 points in the quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
All right, here's a look at stats for Wiggins. How his last 10 games have gone. He's around 18 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Mark, there was a rules change not too long ago that promoted more help defense, less one-on-one defense. Good or bad?
I like it. Again, there's always going to be a premium on defending one-on-one, but positioning defenders where you can help better and more, I think it's trying to make sure the offensive side doesn't get too much of an advantage where the rules had gone in the past. So I think it's a nice balancing act for the game.
And that one falls for O'Quinn. Both shots good from the stripe.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Tipped away. Outside, Jones. Wiggins surveying the floor. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Pacers leading by 6. Oladipo outside. Inside. Little turnaround. He can't hit that time. And Minnesota will come the other way. It'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Jones, the pass to Bates Diop. The kick out to Rose. Pass to Marjanovic. And Jones has it in the corner. Another shot. Tries yet again. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Bogdanovich comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Oladipo. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Here's Towns. The officials call a traveling violation. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Boston. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, there's the Pacers. They're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
And, you know, I don't think they need to wait for the offseason to start making some changes. I think they can start the rebuilding process right now.
Lowry kicks to Towns. Banked in off the glass. Towns has got 8 points.
Beast mode in the painted area. Karl Anthony Towns. Hard to match up with him. His size and skill set, top level.
Here's Collison. The teardrop falls in. Collison's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for Indiana.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
And Beal kicks to Lowry. Passes it to Valanciunas. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves working the ball around. 18 feet out. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Minnesota calls timeout. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick and pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
Back to Lowry. That's tipped. Outside for Beal. Okogie is covered by Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Valanciunas.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
The pass to Turner. Now the dish to Prince. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Timberwolves. Now here's McDermott, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. 5 on the clock. Collison finds Bogdanovich. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. 10 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Prince against Lowry. Over Collison. Lowry can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 11. Outside Bogdanovich. Turner passes to Prince. Outside Collison. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Back to Collison. Over Lowry. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Beal. McDermott can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 13. Towns dishes to Lowry. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Doug McDermott. Wiggins is checked in for Minnesota. And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. That's tipped and stolen by Wiggins. Towns at the elbow. Over Sabonis. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Pacers leading by 13. Outside Collison. Over in the corner, Turner. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's covered by Beal. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Turner. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Turner's got his first basket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And Miles Turner, obviously one of the strongest shot blockers, Clark, in the NBA, in large part to his length.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the timing, too, Kevin, is a big asset in blocking shots. I think he's already a strong defender, and he's only going to get better as he gets more experience and strength.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. 15-point game. And it's sent back by Turner. And the Pacers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Oladipo with the ball. Now Beal defending. Bogdanovich against Wiggins. Turner inside. Nice D from Valanciunas. Timberwolves trail by 15. Wiggins from outside. Pacers with the rebound. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
The Timberwolves shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Collison against Lowry. Up top, Valanciunas. He has 6. Here's Beal. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. To the paint. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists tonight. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Down by 15. Shoots the 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Bogdanovich against Wiggins. Oladipo for 3. He can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. Beal with it. Now defended by Oladipo. And Wiggins throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Turner finds Collison. 5 to shoot. Here's Bogdanovich. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Bogdanovich has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they really started to get it closer to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part, Greg. Even for the best three-point shooting teams, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
For Minnesota, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Oladipo against Beal. Oladipo outside. Pass to Sabonis. Over Towns. Towns off target with the fadeaway. And so it's Indiana up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Victor Oladipo had it going on in the first quarter. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They're definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
Well, look, they turn the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, the 2 number 1 picks, Wiggins and Towns, are the forward positions. Lowry out there with Bradley Beal, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. Timberwolves trail by 14. Lowry with the ball. But they recover it.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Got a piece of it. To the middle. There's Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And you know what? At 6'10", dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid at getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
Oladipo against Beal. No good that time. Nice D from Oladipo. Pacers leading by 16. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Bogdanovich against Towns. Outside, Bogdanovich. Shoots over Towns. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Here's Beal. Another miss by Minnesota.
Got to find a way to energize themselves, get going. 0 for 3. They're looking for their rhythm right now.
Oladipo taking his time here.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Tucson.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
Hey, from role player to bona fide star, the jump Oladipo has taken has been outstanding. And he's not done yet, folks. He's continuing to grow.
Oladipo hits them both. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's an 18-point game. And the Dunk by Valanciunas.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Collison finds Oladipo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg, as a big man. His passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Oladipo, the pass to Collison. Outside Turner. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 5 assists in the game. Outside Lowry. Buries the long-range jumper. Lowry's got 6.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. To the paint. And finished off by Oladipo.
The fact that Oladipo and his teammates are so well connected, they know exactly when to send the lob his way.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Minnesota calls timeout.
When you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
Change here. Marjanovic is checked in.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
And with Collison and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
Here's Towns. Pacers with the rebound. Sabonis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big-time effort. Collison finds Turner. Up again, and Turner stays with it.
That's all about the ticker for Turner. Big heart, a real juggernaut on the boards who uses those long arms exceedingly well to get second-chance opportunities.
Oladipo against Beal. Poked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. Jumps up and finished off by Oladipo.
The point's right there, Kevin. A product of Oladipo's defensive work. Once he comes up with the steal, he's ready to get into transition right away.
Lowry kicks to Beal. Here's Towns. And the layup's good off the glass. Towns has got 10 points.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Turner passes to Collison. Oladipo against Beal. Pass to Bogdanovich. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins with some nice D.
Great look, but he couldn't finish. Everything but is how we say that. Surprising, since the defense was very pedestrian. And really all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
Passes it to Turner. Kicks to Collison. Beal against Oladipo. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Time now for an injury report. Let's check in on the status now of Valanciunas with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Timberwolves let me know the status. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Taurean Prince comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And McDermott subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Towns hits it from three-point range. Towns has got 5 points in the quarter.
You got to respect Towns on the perimeter. He's got nice range and never backs away from taking that shot.
Prince with it. Now guarded by Towns. Bogdanovich dishes to McDermott. Right side, Bogdanovich. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Reverses. He lays it in. O'Quinn's got 6 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
It's deflected and stolen by Prince. 3-on-3. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Indiana.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And that one falls for Prince. And so it's Minnesota with it. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though. But sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work.
Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Rose. Shot clock at 3. Pulls from the top of the key. They get the rebound. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Wiggins against Prince. Wiggins kicks to Rose. The pass to Valanciunas. Right through the D for the layup. Valanciunas has got 4 this quarter.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Pass to O'Quinn. Back to McDermott. And he drops it in from the low post. McDermott's got 6.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Pass to Lowry. Now Valanciunas, 13 points in the game. Shot on the wing. Second shot opportunity, and it's blocked by O'Quinn. Bogdanovich wide open. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 15 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Rose kicks to Valanciunas. Ball's knocked loose. Dishes it to Wiggins. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Stolen by O'Quinn. Prince outside. Passes to Collison. Here's McDermott. 6 points for him. And the pass to O'Quinn. Outside Collison. Over Lowry. A nice shot by Collison. 10 points for him.
You know, one of the strengths of Collison's game is his poise. He's solid at keeping his eye on the shot clock.
Wiggins outside. To the middle. Here's Bates Diop.
Boy, he hit his teammate in the perfect spot. Led him easily to the bucket. That's what you call a room service assist.
McDermott finds O'Quinn. Back to Collison. Inside, 13 feet away. That one a little long.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
And he comes up with the deuce. 14 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Tell you what, Kevin, somebody came to play and compete tonight. Wiggins has been bagging his groceries all game long.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. TJ Leafs checked in for Bogdanovich. Victor Oladipo comes in for McDermott. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Oladipo against Rose. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo. Oladipo's got 9 points in the quarter.
You know, what I like about what I've seen in Oladipo is that it's obvious he's put a lot of work in to becoming a better offensive player. And he can really get it going in a hurry now.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And, you know, that pass wasn't deflected or anything, Kevin. Don't see that often. An unfortunate, unforced turnover.
And it's the Pacers' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Joseph looking around. He kicks to Oladipo. 51 seconds left to play in the third. The feed to O'Quinn. Prince in the corner. Shoots over Beal. It's rebounded by Towns.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
There's Beal with the three. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. Pacers leading by 22. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Joseph, the pass to Oladipo. Back to Joseph. Here's the three. Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Jones has it in the corner. And another 3 for Minnesota. For 3. And so it's Indiana with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. McDermott is out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Torian Prince. And it's Leaf in at the power forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Timberwolves trail by 19. Jones looking for an opening. Higgins outside. Inside. Clock at 4. Marjanovic, no good. Pacers leading by 19. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Jones against Joseph. Prince outside. Here's O'Quinn. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Wiggins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jones against Joseph. Marjanovic finds Rose. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Prince against Wiggins. Prince, the pass to McDermott. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
You know, expanding his offensive game more, McDermott showing he's more than just an outside sniper.
A lot of super teams trying to form right now, Clark, in the NBA. Golden State, one of them. Talk about some of the sacrifices stars have to make, for instance, in Houston, when they join forces.
Kevin, that's such a great point, and one that's often just overlooked or underemphasized, the sacrifices you have to make to be a championship team. And usually that starts at the top of your roster with your best players. And sometimes they have to bend and mold their games to the people around them. So that's a hard part of it. Just because you put together a lot of talent, as we've seen, doesn't mean you're going to win a championship. So the sacrifices, the commitment, those are big parts of contending for titles.
Tries from 10. Here's Marjanovic. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Prince against Wiggins from 11 feet away. Prince misses. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Prince with the defensive effort. Pacers leading by 20. To the inside, O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
Jones against Joseph. Here's Wiggins. It's tipped. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to Leaf. And here is Joseph. There's the dish to Prince. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to McDermott. From past the arc. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Feeds to Wiggins. Out to the wing. Here's Bates Diop. Baseline jumper. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Clark, these days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries. More emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. Are you reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries could shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
Joseph, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Corey Joseph quietly changing his game, Clark, the past few seasons to better his efficiency.
I agree with you there. I mean, he's done a nice job of recognizing the value of becoming better as a spot-up shooter. And as a result of the work he's put in, he's become pretty lethal on catch-and-shoot situations.
2 shots. Max on the first.
No good on that one. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. Most players appreciate and recognize that, and for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love it.
Indiana leading by 23. Prince outside. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Marjanovic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, Rose always been one of the best at getting to the line. The D has to avoid fouling in those situations.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And so he hits both. With social media providing instantaneous news, Clark, players have to really watch what they say now before they hit the send button.
Yeah, you got to pause before you peck, and you got to pause before you post. That's one of the things I would tell.
Well said. Well said.
That's what I would tell guys when I was talking about this landscape that they're in. Heavily scrutinized. And to the NBA players' credit, they've done a great job with social media. They're very visible. They're very accessible. They're well connected to the community through their platforms. But you do have to exercise some caution in how you go about your social media profile.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And Andrew Wiggins, the number 1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Lowry's checked in. So he can't get either to fall. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Back to Lowry. Turner with the steal. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Sabonis against Wiggins. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. When you look at player contracts today, Clark, a little different from the one after you signed your rookie year. What, 4 years and $1 million? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you got the numbers right, Kevin. And, I look at that as all relative. How about the guys who played way before me?
Right.
And they were traveling on trains to games and were working jobs during the summer. I mean, it's all a function of the revenue generation of the league, which has grown exponentially since I played. We were part of the group that actually saw the first salary cap instituted in the early 80s. So growth is part of what we see now in players' salaries, and I'm all for the guys to get what they deserve from that standpoint.
Good on both.
And it's amazing when you look back at the Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Love trade. Safe to say now that I think both teams really got what they wanted out of it.
And Turner kicks to Collison. Offline with his 3. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Wiggins drawn the double team. Lowry from outside. The Pacers pull it in. Turner's got 7 rebounds in the game. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Beals checked in for Andrew Wiggins. Bogdanovich finds Oladipo. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Every coach talks about playing team basketball, Clark. When it comes to the fans, they really come out to see the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
Well, I think fans enjoy elite players and great talent across any sport. But they also recognize that team play is critical to winning. So I think it's a combination. Fans, I think we've got to give them a little more credit. Sure, they want to see the stars play, but they want to win, and they know to win, teams have to be about team basketball, not just highlighting and enjoying the stars.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass. Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Darren Collison. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first.
Boy, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
Collison hits them both. For Minnesota, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Lowry for 3. Drills it from outside.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
Pacers leading by 22. Outside Collison. Out to Turner. And Oladipo has it in the corner. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Lowry passes to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Towns has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, you see right there, Towns invites contact. unafraid of it, looking for it, and he's able to score through it.
And it's slammed in by Turner.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies.
You said it, Kevin. He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
There's Beal with the three, drains it from beyond the arc.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
To the middle, Towns with the steal. Knocked loose. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. 14.
And Minnesota has possession. Lowry. And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. Outside, Beal. Poked loose. So it's Indiana again turning it over. Bogdanovich dishes to Oladipo. The shot by Turner, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Back to Collison. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. 16 points for Darren Collison.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
Here's Towns. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. The free throw drops for Towns. And you think about the game of Karl Anthony Towns, the versatility, Clark. The versatility just leaps out at you.
Well, he's a man of his times, Kevin, when you talk about his game. I mean, that's where the game is now. And that's always been his ambition, to be as complete a player as possible. And at his size, he shoots it deep, he can post you up. And as he gets better as a passer, he's going to be harder to guard.
Victor Oladipo. At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Oladipo. And so he makes both from the line.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a nonstop parade to the foul line.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Darren Collison.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
He took charge tonight, and it was just that type of breakout performance they needed. As they try to shake out of the slump they've been in, they'll be hoping he has more nights in him just like this one.
Well, the 2016 Rookie of the Year, Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Cat, only the 5th player to win that award unanimously. And by the way, in year 2, he set the Timberwolves franchise record for scoring in a season.
The free throw drops for Towns. And you talk about Towns' sophomore year. He became the first player, Clark, in NBA history to record 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 100 three-pointers in a single season.
Wow, that is impressive, boy. But his shooting ability, for his size, remarkable. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me before his career is done, Kevin, if he joins Dirk Nowitzki as the only 7-footers in the 50-40-90 club. 50% two-point field goals, 40% or better from three, and 90% from the line.
This is the first personal foul. Penalty situation. Two shots.
And the first one drops. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Pass to Bogdanovic. On the wing, Turner. Down low. Indiana moving the ball around. Oladipo for three. Good on the triple. Oladipo's got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, this is the kind of player Victor Oladipo is. Confident, under control, ready to fire on the catch.
Wiggins kicks to Beal. There's 1:47 left to play here in the fourth. And it's sent back by Turner. Oladipo finds Turner. Bogdanovic against Wiggins. The three. Bogdanovic, no luck. Timberwolves trail by 18.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Pacers.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions in the nice night it ended up being for Darren Collison.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Pass to Sabonis. Rebound, Minnesota. Outside Lowry. Lets it go with the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Beal against Oladipo. Sabonis kicks to Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. 5 on the clock. Back to Collison. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Outside Lowry. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
It just looked pretty good. We played great together, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.